slope-intercept form.
Guys, today we're going to write equations using slope-intercept form and graph them.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better than direct variation, which we did a little while ago. So.
Yes. It's definitely better than when we were plugging into the equation and
having to make a table the whole time.
So this makes life way easier.
Way easier. So a linear equation is an equation that models a linear function.
Linear means line.
Yeah, ultimately in layman's terms, if it's linear, it's going to make a straight line, and we get that.
Yep.
All right, so if you see here, we've got this would be a linear equation, which is also a direct variation. But this, because it has a squared, or this is x to the, or y to the
power of x.
Yeah, then those are not. So those are quadratic or exponential functions, not linear.
And we'll get there later.
Now, graphs of linear functions will cross the y-axis at any point. If it crosses at 0, that's your y-intercept of 0. And if it crosses somewhere else, then your y-intercept is somewhere else. So there's your 0 y-intercept. There's your -3 y-intercept. Yep. Again, a quick review for you. I know we did a lot of this last year. So key concept, slope-intercept form.
Y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, b is your y-intercept. So your y and your x always stay in the equation.
But this guy?
Yep, the m will change, the b will change.
Now what if b is not there?
Then that means 0. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so again, here's how you do it. You identify the slope is 5, it's right there. Y-intercept is -2, it's right there. It just tells me specific locations of that line on the graph. Right. So let's look at example 1. What are the slope and y-intercept of the graph -1/2 x plus 2/3? So I have y equals mx plus b.
Okay, so then if you line that up directly underneath it or above it, you would have y equals, oh, there it is. So my -1/2 is directly above the m, so my slope must be -1/2.
Is it -1/2 or -1/2 x?
It's just -1/2.
Just the
because
number.
that x always stays there.
Got it. Gotcha.
Don't put the x in with it.
It'll be wrong.
Yep.
All right.
Then our y-intercept is 2/3.
And it's positive.
Yep.
This time. So that's easy. There's no math involved.
Right. Now I will say with the slope, don't change that to -0.5. Leave it as -1/2.
Yes. And don't change this.
Right.
Here, let's just say always leave as fraction.
Okay. Write that in so then you know. Always leave as a fraction.
That's terrible handwriting.
Well, we said it twice though, so I think.
I know. All right. What are the slope and the y-intercept of the graph of y equals 3x minus 6? So
okay, same thing.
Equals mx plus b.
Okay, so you put the m right below the 3, so our slope is 3, or 3/1. Either one is perfectly fine. Our slope, now it says plus b, but I have a -6. So my slope must be -6.
Done. Again, no math involved.
Yep.
Okay, now we're going to write it. They're going to give us the slope. They're going to give us the y-intercept. All we got to do is pop it into where the m and the b are.
We can do it.
What is the equation of the line with the slope of 3/2 and y-intercept of -1? So y equals mx plus b.
Then you rewrite the y.
I'm going to also write this. Slope is m.
Sure.
And b is y-intercept.
Got it.
So
rewrite the y. That y is always there. Equals. The m is going to change. Look for the slope. It's 3/2. Leave it as 3/2.
Not 1.5.
Then the x always stays. Then it says minus b.
Oh, shoot. Well, it says plus b, but I have a -1. So I could do this.
Yep.
Or
in algebra, I like it the second way.
Yeah.
Start getting in that habit. It's not wrong if you do it the top way, but start getting in the habit of getting rid of anything that you don't need.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so what is an equation of the line with slope 5 and y-intercept 8? So y equals mx plus b.
Same thing, guys. Plug in a slope. It says slope is 5, so plug that in for the m. So y equals 5x, and then it says 8. It's a positive 8, so it'll be plus 8.
And then check, and we got it.
Perfect.
All right, now we're going to write an equation from a graph. So I know that I have y equals mx plus b, right?
Yep. Nothing's changed.
Still y equals mx plus b. This is my slope, and this is my y-intercept.
Right.
And did we talk about slope already? With rise over run, we did.
Yeah.
Change in y over change in x.
Yep.
So I'm going to look here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to locate my y-intercept.
And that's new. you start with the y-intercept first on a graph.
So I'm looking at this line and it crosses my y-axis right
at
here.
-2.
So I'm looking for -2 to be right here.
So if I have multiple choice here, I can mark off B and D. It's not bad. Those are both positive 2's.
So now I need to decide, is this 3 as my slope or -3 as my slope? So
Well, I see that my line is positive.
I do that too because it's
going up, so it's a positive slope. So my answer has to be A.
That's true. But I also want to just reiterate that you can also find 2 points on your graph.
Yep.
And find the rise over run. So it goes up 3 and it goes over 1.
There you go.
So that's this. That would put me with a 3 right there. So
Okay.
that matches that.
Got it.
Okay, and then I was drawing the little guy.
Slope guy.
All right, write an equation from a graph. Again, okay, so let's just start with A. What do you expect the slope of the line to be just from looking at it? Again, I can put this guy on here.
I was like, this is opposite of the one we just saw. So it's a negative slope.
Right. And so that's this. So this is a negative slope because it's sloping down.
Right.
What is an equation of the line at the right? All right, so let's look.
So you told me to always start with the y-intercept
My y-intercept is right here.
at 2.
And that looks like 2. So I've got y equals something x plus 2.
It is a positive 2.
And I'm going to find my slope. Okay, so it goes from here.
So it goes down.
Down 2 over 2. Can't really see that green. So down 2, let me write this. Slope down 2 over 2.
Okay.
So that simplifies to -1.
Now, why would I simplify that when we've said we can't simplify before?
Well, I didn't say not simplify.
Okay.
We said don't write it as a
You're
decimal, right?
Yep.
So you could leave it that way. It's just, again, eliminate the things that you don't need. Now, I could have also found my slope going here. Down, down.
Right, down 1 over 1.
Okay.
Or you could have gone down 4, right 4. Okay, so it's anything. So that's why we say simplify it, but leave it in a fraction.
Right, and notice how I left it as, or a whole number, ultimately. Okay, now does the equation of the line depend on the points you used to find the slope? Exactly what we just said. It didn't ultimately matter, because when we simplified, we got -1. It was down 1 over 1, down 2 over 2, down 5 over 5. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Because it all simplifies to -1.
You got it.
All right. So, lesson check. Number 1, what are the slope and y-intercept of this? So you're just looking at this equation. And number 2, what is an equation of the line with this slope and this y-intercept?
Yep.
And the last one, write an equation for this graph. Now, there's no points on here. You're going to have to put the points on first
Find your points
to figure out your slope. And I also see that this is sloping down, so there's a hint for you.
Okay. See you on the flip side.
Bye.